Hello team and welcome back. This is your map today in a 1v1 in a game of line war between Animorph in blue and Kartoffelsau in red. This is a ranked game from the 1v1 ladder on seed 475,411 between two players who have been playing the game for quite a long time, have a lot of history between the two of them, many games. Animorph's in the top right in blue. And Kartoffel is in the bottom center, going for entirely eco start, a city right off the bat, building the town and then all four of these industries, and then upgrading that town into a city. It's a very heavy economic start for red, should be a lot of money for red. Blue, on the other hand, going for two factories, two barracks, and an airport, building helicopters right now. The refinery location is very close for blue, and there's multiple refineries that are very close, so energy shouldn't really be a concern for Animorph in this game. There's a trade route in the center, very unlikely that either player is going to be able to get that set up in this game, given the starting locations. And top down, there's a lot of map on the left-hand side, a lot of eco over here as well. Kartoffel might make a dock, and Kartoffel does make a dock. Probably going to build a transport boat and send some infantry across, and then build a barracks to start capping. One of the problems isn't the word, but Kartoffel needs to get off of this peninsula and get to the mainland, because obviously going this way, Animorph's going to be able to block this choke, and at that point blue would just take the rest of the map and outpace red on economy. There's a SAM on the way after this first artillery piece out of the factory and another barracks. Close to the airport, we could see some commando drops for Animorph at some point in the game. But it's a second helicopter as the next airport unit after the first helicopter. A little bit of a slow burn to start this game. Factory up front for Kartoffel. And the transport boat for red is on the way. The construction towers, the cranes, I suppose, for the city is still working. And we can check the ecos. It's 360 for blue and 428 for red, which makes a lot of sense given the heavy eco start. Now that the town is complete, we should see this eco bump up a little bit from 428. Perfect timing. The transport boat is complete. City complete, and an airport on the way. There's probably a handful of things that could happen here. It could just turn into a big fight in this choke. Kartoffel will get off the main, or get off this little island and actually go to the far left, and then start capping to the right. This is a very large map when it comes down to it. There's actually not a lot of water in this map. There's maps that have more land mass and just the classic all land maps. Love those. And after the transport boat, it is a destroyer, I believe. This might be a missile boat for red in a second dock. There's not really that many refineries close to Kartoffel. Kartoffel will have to take these two territories in the water to actually get a reliable energy source. This one in the back is also very safe if Kartoffel can set that up, or decides to set that up. The closer things are going to be, of course, these two refinery locations. And 4 infantry heading off to the far left of the map. More helicopters for blue, and SAMs out of this factory for Kartoffel, pardon me. So a good read by red to be building SAMs here. It's strikers out of the red airport. We don't often see these, but the meta has changed. This is, I believe, played after the balance patch. After the AI release, it did include a balance patch to the units. And a submarine pen in the back for Kartoffel. subs have great detection. They can go along the coast and get good vision inland. Neither player right now knows where the other one is. This is Kartoffel's vision, and Animorph similarly has no idea. First refinery on the way for Animorph. And the eco's 510 for blue and 598 for red. It's possible that Animorph assumes and thinks that Kartoffel is somewhere to the left-hand side of the map on this main landmass. That's at least what I gathered from these 3 helicopters heading up north. My guess is that the 4th helicopter will head south. Kartoffel now knows Animorph is here, and same thing, Animorph knows that Kartoffel started in the south. There's too many infantry here for red to not have started down here. We might even see the helicopters rotate back to the bottom, and yeah, that's what we see. So expect that the helicopters will get involved. There's going to be 4 helicopters for blue, and by the time they show up, probably 3 SAMs for red. More strikers from Kartoffel as well. The strikers might be able to help these red units get through this entrenchment. There's not enough strikers right now. There's just that one single one, so red might just decide to build up a striker force and then use a surprise attack with a bunch of built-up strikers. 5 strikers can destroy a single building in one pass. We can see the range of Kartoffel's airports. Never mind, we can only see the range of Animorph's airports. But this red airport should be able to at least get to this location. 4 helicopters against 1 SAM. This is going to be really bad for the SAM. And the helicopters should proc to the SAM first. But I guess it's out of range. Nice job from Kartoffel to back these SAMs up. There's no point in them getting too close. Because they would die, and then every subsequent run of the helicopters would face less resistance from the SAMs. When the helicopters land, the SAMs can shoot their missiles at them. So Kartoffel probably going to be able to pick up at least 1 of the helicopters, potentially 2. And the beep beep we hear is Kartoffel running out of energy. 2nd helicopter's picked off. A 3rd one maybe. But I lied. First submarine is done for Kartoffel. Also has this refinery location completed capping, that is. The problem for red is that Animorph's taking a lot of the map on the mainland. I'm calling it the mainland even though it's all connected. But there's a ton of territory up for grabs here. There's another city here. There's this trade route. Kartoffel has 2 barracks in the far left, which will be good, but it won't necessarily be able to compete with this large combined arms blob of units from blue. And until this refinery is up, these boats are stuck. And the planes are grounded. The subs also can't move. And Animorph's now sending all the production down to the south. It makes a lot of sense. With a lot of control in the north, it's okay for blue. No need to send more units that way. And so everything gets diverted down here. Kartoffel still has these strikers that are ready. There's no SAMs for blue. So when the strikers launch, they should do pretty well. There is this 1 SAM that's on its way, but there's mostly artillery pieces being made from Animorph, who continues the eco. Blue might have almost as much eco as red right now. Certainly there's more captured territories for Animorph. 728 income for red and 792 for blue. 800 now. Which puts Kartoffel in a little bit of a tough situation. This is Kartoffel's vision. Can't see that this Sam is in the forest. I mean, you can see the rockets coming out of it. But no eyes on the Sam yet, so the strikers won't try to attack it. We're seeing two Sams at once out of the Sams, or like two... I keep saying Sams, you know, because it's the missiles. The missiles from the Sams, we see two of them sometimes when they launch. I believe that's just a visual bug. Unless there were stealth patch notes that Sams now shoot two missiles. Three Sams for Kartoffel. Fourth one just finished and a fifth one on the way. And Red will need to start building a lot of eco here. Or a lot of production here, pardon me. To have any chance of holding this. More barracks for Red. Still going to be very difficult to push it back against this blue army. There's very aggressive forward factories now going down, and more towns and eco for Animorph. Three submarines complete, now taking this one water location with the refinery. I would personally never build more than 3 subs, but that's because I can't multitask more than 3 subs, I've found over time. Submarines, super good unit if you use them well. But in this case, they're probably just going to cap a little bit. They might be able to get some good vision up at the choke. Strikers doing their best to thin out this approaching army, but Kartoffel's got the right idea, backing up these units and digging in. And I like this forward factory from Red. If Red loses this position on the main part of the map, the mainland to the north, then the game is most certainly over. Eco-wise, 808 for Red, 1044 for Blue. Animorph still powering up on more economy on these farms. Farms and industry in general being generally the most cost-efficient economic building that you can go for. And if we go top-down, I'm trying to scroll out. There we go. Top-down, a lot of industry for Blue in all these different locations that Animorph has control of. Given the map presence, it's sort of up to Animorph here if Blue would like to try to push through this defensive line. This is Blue's vision. Can see that there's really only 2 artillery pieces that are dug in. And so I think Animorph is just going to go for this on this capture command, all army command. The trees indicate it's any ground unit will respond to this command. And Kartoffel's vision unfortunately doesn't see that the army is actually down here, but knows that Animorph is close. Nice play from Blue to destroy this second refinery with the entrenched artillery pieces. These blue artillery pieces are actually going to be able to reach the refinery. Kartoffel knows that and is sending these boats here right away. Losing the refinery here would be tough because these strikers would be infinitely grounded. Now that the helicopters have destroyed that refinery in the south. I said this at the beginning of the game that this was a safe refinery. I was lying to you. Eco-wise, 858 for Red and 1335 for Blue. Animorph just crushing it on Eco now. and continue to build more towns and industry. Which is the correct play. Everyone will have different opinions on when to build eco versus the build production. In general, I feel it's if you feel your army is big enough and there's no threat, build eco. And then if that changes, build production. And then you balance that for the rest of the game, and it's wonderful. It's called Line War. Nice job from Kartoffel to keep this refinery alive, which should let these these strikers take off pretty soon. Red is low on energy though. There's just enough boats and submarines moving around that one refinery isn't quite enough. This is a nice pickup from Red. This army of infantry kind of caught Blue a little bit out of position with all the units down in the south doing all this capping. But the defensive line has broken. There's not really enough room now for Kartoffel to back up and create more defensive lines. So the strikers will have to launch. Animorph makes a really nice read and play to move these SAMs up into the forest. And also this reach around play from the helicopters. They won't be able to destroy the airport in one go. They're going to heavily damage it. Nice reaction from Kartoffel to pull back these SAMs. And the red SAMs might even be able to get another helicopter here on the way out. So one of the barracks went down for Blue. There's another forward factory here for Kartoffel. But there's really no way to stop this army in the south. And given how much eco Blue saved up, there can be a lot of production that goes down. Animorph chooses to invest the money in 2 docks. GG, well played. Interesting game. Oh, sweet. Does it load results now? No. No, of course it won't. Okay. Anyway. GG, well played. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for the support on the channel, commenting, liking the videos, just watching them in general, subbing, of course. It all helps the channel grow. Check out Line War on Steam. Leave a cool review, preferably and hopefully a thumbs up, but of course, you know, speak your mind. Review the game freely, and check out the Discord if you'd like to learn more about the game. Ask questions, watch replays, whatever it is. Have a wonderful day, night, evening, breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever it is. We'll see you around. Peace.